So today we're gonna talk about my journey to instructional design, how I got here, why did I get here, just all the things leading up to that. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joselle Jade. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I have a video posted on YouTube, a day in the life of an instructional designer, which a lot of people have found that video, either really connected with it or they just want to learn more about my journey to instructional design. So I am creating this long-awaited video for you. I think I'm just gonna go through the comments and answer the questions, and yeah, we'll just see how we go from there. But before we get into that, I'm just gonna talk about how I got here. I won't go into too much because I have another series on my channel now called Almost 30, where I will talk about a lot of varying different topics, and my career will be one of those. So that will be coming in the next couple weeks, part of the Almost 30 series. But a little brief introduction about how I got into instructional design. So I used to be a teacher. When we moved to New York, I substitute taught for one school year, and this was after many years of like being in and out of different classrooms. And I just realized that I think I was over it. I did not want to teach anymore. I just was over it. I had a friend who was kind of in a similar situation a few years ago. He used to teach, became an instructional designer. Now he loves it. And I think that was also my inspiration, because I love education. I love teaching, seeing people grow, learn, and develop. The aha moment a lot of people get when they learn something. I love that experience. And speaking of experience, I found that I really enjoy learning experience design, because I love the whole experience of the learning process, more so than like the work itself. I love when people go into a course and they say, oh, this is really pretty, I really love how this course flowed, or whatever the case might be. That's the part of everything I enjoy. All right, so let's get to the questions, and I'm gonna read the comments, go down one by one, and answer them as best as I can. For me, I'm going to share as much as I feel comfortable doing. I don't want to share too much for the safety of my current job, my personal information, but I will try my best to answer and as in much detail as I can. All right. Okay, so the first comment says, how long have you been an instructional designer? So I stopped teaching in August of 2021, and I really didn't do anything that fall. So fall of 2021, I was just trying to figure out, all right, what's my next step? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna make this transition and not have to go back to the classroom? I knew I wanted to get into a master's program, but I did not want to take the GRE. That was important to me. And I wanted to start by January 2022, so spring of 2022. So I scoured the internet and just looking through my criteria. I got my bachelor's degree from UNT, and I know they also have a good like instructional design degree program, but I did not want to take my GRE, which I then learned that my GPA from undergrad was good enough to skip that anyway. But anyway, that has passed. But I got into a master's program at the University of Colorado, Denver campus that I do online. This is my final semester. So I would say I've been an instructional designer for about a year now, since I, the very first courses I took, took a lot out of me, but I got to produce a lot, do a lot of the analysis, journey mapping, a lot of stuff. Yeah, a ton. Okay, I'm rambling now. But how long have I been an instructional designer? About a year. What should I expect the first few weeks of training? I think it might be different for everyone, and it depends on what your company is asking of you. What I've realized is everyone kind of thinks that an instructional designer wears a lot of hats, which we do, but your company might want to use you as a facilitator versus someone who's actually developing a course, or they might want you to put on certain programs for the company and still kind of facilitate that. I think it just depends on like what you were hired to do, and that would just kind of explain what your first weeks are like. Yeah, when I started my job last summer, they were looking for a new LMS system, so doing a lot of demos with different companies, that's something that I had to do like right off the bat. So knowing what questions to ask, what we're looking for, yeah, and just, yeah, that was that. All right, next question. What was your starting salary and did you negotiate and what was your starting salary? Did you negotiate? I'm not gonna be throwing my salary out there. However, what I will say is a lot of teachers are leaving teaching because of less stress, more money. If you look at the national average for teacher salary, most people start at $48,000 to like $55,000, depending on what state they are in. So yeah, you can kind of piece that together and know that you should be starting above that. Yes, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Next question. Have you had opportunities for growth in your company? Honestly, so that video was an internship, and because of the climate of the world, corporate spaces, a lot of layoffs were happening. I did not get laid off, but my internship ended and there was no room for an extension because they were downsizing the company. So I actually spent the last couple months job searching. I did land something, which is why I don't want to like talk too much about any specifics, because I want to keep my job, as I'm sure you do. And you said you have so many more questions, so comment them below and I will answer to my best ability whatever questions you have. All right, the next comment. I'm currently thinking of becoming an ID. I would love more detailed video on how you got into the field. You also said that you just had a little one a year ago and you're getting your bachelor's. ID seemed like the perfect fit. Well, congratulations on your little one. So kind of like what I said in the first part of this video, I got into this field honestly because I had a friend who was telling me about it, and I just wanted to kind of use my love for education and just still do that, just not with children anymore, and just getting into adult learning. A lot of people are gonna say that you do not need a degree to become an instructional designer, but everyone that I know personally who has become successful in this space, they have gotten their master's degree. But there are tons of videos out there that teach you, like Delvin Peck. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting this other guy's name, but there's tons of videos out there. There's a girl that I followed on TikTok actually. Her name is Nyla Spooner. She has a podcast. So there's tons of information out there for you. But for me, I really wanted and needed the structure of school to get me going. So there's my tips. But a lot of people say just like start a portfolio and showcase your skills. So that's an option for you as well. But me personally, I wanted to do school. Someone else said, I would love for you to make an instructional design series documenting your journey. I love the vibe of this vlog. Thank you. I'm making the transition to ID and look forward to hearing your perspective. Okay, I'm just gonna say that thank you for that comment, because I doubt myself a lot. So if you're someone who doubts yourself a lot, let me tell you that you are more valuable than you think. So I'm really happy for the internship that I landed last summer, because my program manager, which was also my manager, he made me feel seen. I even got to write a blog for the company. So I really just felt seen. He made me feel like you know a lot more than you think, and you just have to put it out there. I was given a lot of tasks right off the bat because my boss had the confidence in me, and even when I didn't have the confidence in myself. So I was able to put on programs for my company. They were going through a new series system, and I was tasked with putting together the infographics and short courses for that. So just believe in yourself and know that you know more than you do. Yeah, so just put yourself out there. Yeah, there was another comment somewhere else, but I am not sure where it is. I'd have to find it. But yeah, I'm enjoying this new transition. It has not been easy. Job searching has been extremely hard, especially as a lot of companies are doing layoffs. So there's a lot of competition, which is very, very stressful. But just keep going. If you're having a hard time finding a job, I had a hard time finding a job, but yeah, work on building your skills. I started this YouTube channel as a little outlet for myself, but working on video editing helped me become a better instructional designer. There's a lot of aspects and different entry points to the field, and different companies are looking for different things. So being a video editor might be one of them. Start working on a portfolio, how to do XYZ. Yeah, there's just a ton that you could do. I hope this video isn't too scattered and I answered a lot of your questions. If there's anything else that you want to know, I guess I could kind of keep making these, and as someone suggested, do a little bit of a series. I'm willing to do that, and I will always share as much as I can while keeping myself safe and keeping my job safe. But yeah, so if you are currently transitioning into the ID space, I want you to know that I have cried a lot of long tears. I've interviewed a lot of places trying to prove that my skills are transferable, and it took me a long while to get to where I am. Also, I started recording my interviews, so I think sometimes you feel like, okay, like you're doing a good job, but me recording my videos really did help me see where I stumbled, what I did not relay across very well, and it just helped my mannerisms overall. And I would say that all the interviews I did helped me land the job that I did. I started to answer my questions differently because I knew what to expect. I knew what the interviewer was looking for. So I think everyone's journey to ID might be a little bit different, but just know that it is possible and it will be worth it at the end. Also, as I've navigated through this space, I think I really enjoy the whole learning and development umbrella as a whole, because I know that I don't just only have to build courses. I can become an event planner. I can become a video editor. I can be a facilitator. There's a lot that goes into the whole learning and development umbrella. I can also be a learning experience designer. I can be an instructional designer. So don't limit yourself to one thing. If you're a transitioning teacher, there's a lot of different titles you can get out there. Also, I am in a Facebook group called Build Black Learning and Development. So Black L&D. Look it up on Facebook. It's a great group to be in. People share lots of tips, tricks, job postings, and you kind of just learn about what's going on in the industry. So that's also a good place to start. So that kind of helped with my journey into the field. But yeah, just know that I'm rooting for you. We're gonna do well, you're gonna do well, and we got this. So thanks for watching. Again, my name is Joselle Jade. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.